In 3, 2, 1, and we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors. Welcome back to the Gem in the Crypto, episode 558. Today is Tuesday, March 10th.
Oh man, already?
And I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay. We are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10ish.
At 10ish. In today's show, we got the top stories. Binance publishes apology letter to Steem community and says it has unvoted. Coronavirus leaves seats empty at London Blockchain Week. Hester Pierce says SEC is a partner to crypto as U.S. states change regulations. Blockchain.com now offers crypto lending service to all users. And Circle releases USDC APIs for crypto mass adoption. But first, let's check those prices.
Oh yeah. So if you have watched the market this week, you may have lost a bit of hair, or
oh my God.
If you were strongholders like our community, not really a big deal. But Bitcoin is at $7,855, up 1%. Ethereum at $200 is up 1.6%. Ripple, with the biggest bounce of the day at 3%, is up to 21 cents. Bcash at $268 is up 1%. Litecoin, $49, up 1%, and EOS, $3.06, is up 2%. So we are seeing a small bounce in the market, maybe a dead cat bounce, but we'll see, because it isn't really correlated with stocks right now. Honestly, stocks are doing way worse. Bitcoin lost 5%, and stocks lost about 15%. So a bit of a big difference there, and honestly, shouldn't panic at this point. Happening still in May.
There is a strong possibility also. We are already seeing what could and would happen on the clips of a financial, what's the word, of an economic collapse.
Yeah,
I think we're starting to see what can happen on the clips of it right now. Mm-hmm. We see the stock market has dropped some of its lowest amounts in years. So they said since the 2008 crisis, I know it dropped with 2,000 points or so a couple of days ago, another 1,000 or something. So
guard your pension.
I know, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bitcoin is fool's gold, but this old retirement plan I have here. We were talking about, I saw a meme earlier that was joking that said, boomers are worried about their retirement plan. It was like, meanwhile, millennials are buying plane tickets. It's hilarious. You just told me about the low plane price the other day. I want to go buy some tickets. I'm probably coming back to Detroit soon. So if you're in Detroit, I'll probably be back this week or next.
Because tickets like $17.
Listen, people, I saw a crazy cheap price. I need to go visit some family. And I was like, you know what? I might just go to Detroit for the weekend, either this week or next. Mm-hmm. So I will let everybody know who's there if I make it, so we can have a little meetup or something. But yeah, I think we're already seeing what can happen if this is the financial collapse, if this is the next big one, if the prices start slipping on the stock market. Everyone's question is, what would happen with Bitcoin? Would the money flow back into it? A lot of people, educated guesses were that initially we would see the Bitcoin market also take some deep hits, which I think we just saw already.
Yep. And
from that point, I think it's a building stage. Now, I'm saying this prematurely. Of course, we have to wait to see what happens to the traditional market. But I think if this is officially the start of some big financial meltdown, again, Bitcoin will take a good licking for the first month or a few weeks. And I think we'll recover ahead of everyone else, like you kind of said we're doing already.
Oh,
so
yeah, definitely. If we correlated with the stock market, I read Bitcoin should have went down 41% yesterday. So the fact we only went down 5 is kind of showing people, they're like, oh yeah, it went down, but
it took a little haircut, but that's it.
Yeah, it's nothing we haven't seen in the crypto market.
Right. What's going on, Tiffany from New York, Christopher Ladd, Dexter Hans Sr., Mr. Gibson, Close 71, Madam Crypto, Cool Works from Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Ryan Cooper, what's up? What's up? That's right. Make sure to like and share, of course. All right, top story of the day. I mean, Again, when we first reported this, it was almost an I told you so. We could have sworn this was out there, but I guess not. Binance publishes apology letter to Steem community and says it has unvoted. That is right. If you remember, as of recently, Tron took over the Steem network. Of course, many of us already knew what was coming next, and that was Tron's smash and grab on everything Steem. But they officially did it behind doors, and somehow Binance got looped into it. What happened here?
Oh yeah, so Binance, they had to issue a vote based on the movement of the Steem tokens. They had 31.7 million Steem tokens, and they have just said that they've stopped staking it in support of Justin Tron's hostile takeover. So it says here in the letter, We hold a supportive position of normal upgrade hard fork and will continue to do so in the future. However, somehow they missed that this was a normal hard fork. This was a hostile takeover, and that they didn't know what was happening. So they kind of used the "I didn't know" excuse, which is weird because Binance, they should have enough researchers and money to be able to see what was going on. We saw it from a mile away. So he also states, hopefully the Steem community and Tron will reach a consensus in an efficient manner. If they fail to reach an agreement and it poses potential risk damages to Steem users on Binance, we reserve the right to take corresponding actions at the consent of our users. So basically, from this point forward, they're going to watch and make sure that what they're voting on is normal upgrades and forks and not something that Justin Sun just threw together so he can take over the Steem network. At this point, it is sort of laughable, but he'll bounce back. All CEOs make mistakes, and it didn't really affect his business. They actually passed BitMEX in volume, so it didn't really affect him. So shout out to CZ putting that letter out. But Justin Sun, he does what he does.
And the thing about this story is pretty interesting to me. This story reminds me of BitConnect, and the reason why is because people were so blindsided by it. And I think this is the problem in our community right now, and I think this is also a reason why it's unfortunate, but a lot of large organizations, institutions, and governments will be able to come to the party late and still have a major advantage and be able to accumulate a large portion of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, because the community at large, I don't think, has really opened their eyes up to the way this world works. And again, when I first started in the community, I was blind too until I saw the gang powers of our government. But this is one of those things where the moment Steem went over to Justin's Sun and Tron, he owned it.
Yeah, it was
over. It was over the moment they made that partnership happen. You need money, you need resources, you're out of time, you're reaching for help. We threw you a life raft. People, like, this is business. It doesn't just come in and they're just like, oh yeah, we just did a good thing for this company and they're on our team. No, not when you're dealing with sharks and great marketeers like Justin Sun. So to me, I think this should have, you literally should have saw this coming a mile away. If you did not, then again, that's what's the problem with the community right now. I think we need to come around to recognizing how business is actually operated, because make no mistake, since we're dealing with so much money in this new community, there are business sharks coming over for business. For business. If it doesn't equal money, if it doesn't equal more capital, they're not making the move. So again, this just seemed like the natural order of things to me. Justin Sun taking over Tron.
Got a few billion, come take it over. Yeah,
right.
That's pretty much how it goes.
And it's funny, we're going to be talking about the SEC in a moment, so we'll get back to that actually. But coronavirus, people, that is right. Coronavirus leaves seats empty at London Blockchain Week. Look, Zay has the what's it called?
Purell.
There we go.
I don't even know this really
sanitizer.
Works. But either way, wash your ass, people. You'll be
hilarious. What's going on with this coronavirus? We sit here in California. They're talking about close. Listen, I know a lot of our viewers love him so much, but you need to listen to President Trump on this one. Go to work.
Go to work.
Go to work, people. You got fake viruses out here. Y'all here scared. It's election year, all right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they would definitely try to save the market with that one. But coronavirus has hit the crypto community. If you don't know already, Bitcoin 2020 has been postponed to Q3. They put out an official statement. London Blockchain Week. They have empty seats this week because of this Black Swan event. And also DC Blockchain Week has been postponed as well. So we're starting to see crypto. People are worried about Coachella more than anything. But Coachella and South by Southwest, they've been postponed too. So it's looking like a lot of events are being stopped. Now, they're not canceling it. They're just postponing it. I want to make sure you put that out there. So don't go crazy asking for refunds, because it would suck to get a refund and then it's back on in a month and then now you can't get in. So, most of the stuff is just postponed. People are trying to wait and see. However, it is telling that in the crypto community, a lot of people can still get work done. Most of the stuff hasn't stopped. Bitcoin's 24/7. Because imagine if people can't come in to work at banks. Everybody can't work remote. Imagine if people can't come into these investment companies. Everybody can't work remote. So in the crypto community, a lot of people can and have already. So this actually is fine with our community, but coronavirus has, its precautions.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those things where I just checked the price of plane tickets. I'm risking my luck out there, man. I'm throwing my dice. Look,
empty plane seats.
Empty plane. Listen, and I'm wearing a mask, and I'm coughing at anybody who get on my nerves. All right, listen, I am going straight up to first class. But it's crazy to see this. You're talking about a virus. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not gonna give you medical advice and all that good stuff. But it's literally wiping out businesses, and like you said, this is the power of Bitcoin. This is the power of crypto. When businesses do get wiped out, who wants to touch money right now?
Yeah.
Like, who wants to have a whole heap of cash on them, right? That's dirty. That is literally dirty money. Mm-hmm. So what happens next? You have digital money. You have digital currencies. I'm okay holding my own phone and paying for things without having to touch anything by just scanning. So this is another reason why cryptocurrency reigns supreme. And again, it's unfortunate to see that some of these conferences are being postponed. But again, it looks like the whole planet is being affected by this. Shout out to Dana White with the UFC for two reasons. First of all, we kind of shout him out when this happened, but they've been using Litecoin and different cryptocurrency partnerships, and people have used their platforms to sponsor UFC events. So first of all, shout out to UFC.
Shout out to UFC.
Right, for being crypto friendly. And then second thing, Dana White in the crowd's answer at this last UFC 248 press conference, one reporter asked for last Saturday's fight, would you be canceling the fight because of the coronavirus? I mean, instantly, this you talk about the fight game, all the fans started booing. Dana hit him with the PR. He was like, look, we're going to make sure the fans, exactly. He held up some Burrell, basically. He said, we're going to make sure everybody's safe, but we're not canceling no events over here for no viruses, okay?
Yeah, we're going down with the ship, baby.
We're going down with the ship.
Life.
So shout out to Dana White. I'm with that same approach right now. Majority of our immune systems are warriors. We're crypto warriors, okay? Our immune systems are good to go. We are going down with the ship on this one.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Sarah, I'll get back to this. Hester Pierce says, SEC is a partner to crypto as U.S. states chase regulations. Now, normally we just skim over these type of articles to give you our 2 cents, but we want to make things clear so we can call the future again. This, you can basically replace Hester Pierce and SEC with Tron and Steem it, okay?
Yeah.
Like, this is the game, people.
Same thing. They're literally, hey, we're friends. All right, they shake your hand in the front, stab you in the back.
They're not. And then Hester, of course, is crypto mom. Why? Hey, crypto mom, why you over here partnering with the ops? I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
They're basically saying, yeah, we're trying to be nice, but you're gonna bow down at some point.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess they have to play the nice guy at first because people will accept it. And plus, it's the SEC. They can throw out fines, jail time. So all that stuff comes into play when people start businesses. However, I don't want people to be fooled and think, yeah, we are just partnering with them. Remember what crypto was started for, people, to not have to use these organizations for oversight. And I think, they are introducing like the Digital Asset and Blockchain Technology Act. All this stuff is just, it's just.
What is that?
So that was introduced, the Digital Asset and Blockchain Technology Act. It was introduced by New Jersey Assemblywoman Yvonne Lopez. In the mainstream media, people haven't talked about it. But the important factors to note when looking at this environment, such as Jay Patel when he said in Cointelegraph, blockchain companies are further reaching maturity in both ideas and financial engineering, which basically means we need to beef up our oversight and stop acting like this isn't a real thing. Wyoming has been, great with their laws, even though, you still have to go with it. Shout out to Caitlin Long. But the New Jersey bill is sort of ahead of New York, doing the same thing with its equivocal stance on cryptocurrencies. The proposed legislation is not significant for what it actually does, but for balancing the need for regulation in one hand and the desire of the state to attract businesses from New York. New Jersey certainly doesn't want to attract questionable industry participants, but certainly wants to appear more friendly than New York. So, like I said, it's kind of a non-starter. They want control, but they don't want to be as bad as New York.
Right. Nowhere does anyone talk about innovation or the public or the end user.
Yeah.
You know, there's no innovation, no talk of end user, no talk of the public. They're talking about regulations on one hand and the need to attract businesses for money on the other hand. Regulation, businesses. Nothing about you all. So next time you see something about, well, this is to protect the end users, this is to protect the public, they know
It's just more regulation.
this is business. They don't care about you unless it involves the bottom line or involves your vote. In this case, we don't need a vote. We just need money. You don't have it, we'll go after the businesses and regulations who do have it. It is very simple. So again, as we said, to me, this is Tron and Steem all over again. I want to make sure we're calling this clearly because if you start inviting the SEC to partner as crypto, especially using that word partner. That's an important word, people. A partnership, a marriage. They're in the house. They live here, okay? I don't want that. I do not want that. I mean, I think Cointelegraph hits the nail on the head with just a photo. It has a cryptocurrency trying to put on a little overcoat and a American flag tie with the the Dick Tracy hat next to it, and a little briefcase full with overstuffed paperwork.
Yeah.
Probably an overworked guy already, and a little track jacket for a weekend to try to be cool. You know, yeah, I got my little crew cut. My name's Bob.
Yeah, nobody's fault for it. But it is funny. It's sort of like the Miami Police Department. They put it out. It was like, hey, come bring your meth and we'll check it for coronavirus.
Right.
It's like, why would you fall for that trap? They're basically like, yeah, if you're not sure where your business stands, come talk to us at the SEC. The best way to approach us is through FinHub. And while we will not give legal advice, we'll give you things to think about. So give us a call and have a conversation.
So and that's
no, I'm not.
And that's Commissioner Pierce telling cryptocurrency companies to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the commissioner of the SEC is telling you to call the SEC, and we're not going to give you legal advice. Yeah. We're going to give you some things to think about. Oh, maybe those things to think about is, oh, you made $10 million last year while giving us no paper?
Oh, man.
Oh, here's the deal.
What was your name again?
Yeah.
You just going to wander into the SEC office?
Right.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, this is ridiculous. And again, this is also a 180 on Commissioner Crypto Mom Hester Pierce. If you remember, about 2 weeks ago, she was just yelling out that the SEC is being uncooperative, that they aren't even looking at anything coming across their desks. They're not being, they're not here to help the community. She just put that out. The commissioner, Crypto Mom, just put that out 2 weeks ago. And 2 weeks later, she's saying, hey,
nothing to worry about.
It's time to make amends, as his headlines say. It's time for us to stop looking at the SEC as an enemy, but rather as a partner. 2 weeks ago, she just said they're not here to help. They're not for the community. They're not looking over any ETF requests. They're not doing anything the public is actually paying them to do. Mm-hmm. The commissioner told us that 2 weeks ago. This is coming from her mouth. Mm-hmm. She told us that. 2 weeks later, she's saying, all right, stop looking at them as an enemy. That is a total about face. Mm-hmm. I know she got a tap on the shoulder. I already know how this game works. First of all, if you talk down about any government entity, and especially when you're one of the executives, you're just, in this case, you're the commissioner. Mm-hmm. You are getting that tap on the shoulder as soon as they read the press release, people. It don't go down like that because you're basically devaluing and marginalizing the entire office when people do that. So I can tell you right now for a fact across all United States government and military and police, which is why you never hear anyone actually pointing the finger at any of these officials, is because they don't do it to each other, especially not the commissioner. Yeah. That's one way for that to have your entire department not want to work for you. So I already know she got the tap on the shoulder, but for her to try to give us a tap on the shoulder,
she got. Yeah.
I mean, hey, just because you got it, don't bring them cooties this way.
Yeah,
don't bring that coronavirus over here.
I understand what you're doing, but go do it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is crazy. Literally 2 weeks later, she goes from, hey, the SEC isn't being helpful, they're not working with the community, to, you guys just need to come in and talk to them, all right?
Just come talk to us, man.
So, like I said, this is Tron and Steem all over again, people. I highly suggest we don't let the SEC become a partner. All right. Blockchain.com now offers crypto lending service to all users. Wow. What's Blockchain.com has up its sleeve this go around?
Oh, yeah. So, Blockchain.com, they announced their borrow service today, saying it will offer loans in U.S. dollar-denominated stablecoins against your Bitcoin holdings. It's open to anybody who has a Blockchain.com wallet, and they didn't specify which stablecoins, but they did partner with Paxful. They added that dollar-pegged stablecoin last year, so it will most likely be Paxful or maybe a basket of stablecoins, so to say. The new borrow product, it comes after they opened an institutional lending desk August 2019. So 6 months later, they a service that climbed from 10 million, it climbed to 120 million by November. Ooh. So of course they're going to introduce this borrow service to write directly in app. I want to see sort of more about the interest rates, the length, all of that. So I guess you could try it out. Maybe we may do a tutorial on it, but it is a service that is not new. We're seeing a lot of companies, BitGo included, a few other ones, Babel. They all have started these crypto lending services because they have a bunch of Bitcoin sitting there. They have it under control. They have your digital asset keys. They can basically say, hey, we have guaranteed $500 million worth of Bitcoin. We can loan out $200 million, so to say. So yes, this is a very popular service, and blockchain.com is getting involved.
And I mean, it's pretty cool to see the market mature. But I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. This is the beginning of the next ending, too, when you talk about derivatives on top of derivatives.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and I think this will be the future, too, as our next article is going to be talking about stable coins. But as we further this push into stable coins, possibly CBDCs, all things digital and crypto, I think this will be the next move where, hey, if you do have a very popular or a valuable underlying asset like Bitcoin, you can receive loans and Paxos, right? Here's the problem with this. And they kind of already point out here that, let's see. Allows users to borrow Paxos standard stablecoin against Bitcoin directly from the platform's native cryptocurrency wallet based on your amount of Bitcoin. So my thing is one of those things where if you have 10 Bitcoin, they can loan you 1 million Paxos, right? Because they have your 10 Bitcoin reserves. Well, it's going to get out of hand once they keep printing Paxos and your Bitcoin stays with them. And then all of a sudden, wherever that Paxos derivative market, whether it goes up or down or crash or whatever it does, and you're beginning to realize, hey, today one Bitcoin is worth 5,000 Paxos. Tomorrow, one Bitcoin is worth 7,000 Paxos. It will spiral out of control. Yeah. And people who thought they had the underlying access to Bitcoin, they will figure out a way to fumble it. Because if you can get stores and other people to accept Paxos, and you can print out as much of those as you want, you can loan those out. Just like all loans, there will be a percentage of people who can't pay it back, and you can keep their Bitcoin, the underlying asset. Meanwhile, those Paxos actually don't mean anything. So I can see this being one of those next things that happens in the market because, again, it makes sense. It's a derivative. You can loan it out.
Somebody's going to make money off of it.
Somebody can make money off of it. So remember this episode. I'll be interested to see another 6 months to a year if this is actually happening and people are going around spending their Paxos everywhere while big blockchain.com holds onto their Bitcoin.
Yeah, I know, right?
I can't even say with a straight face.
Yeah, it's just like, give us your Bitcoin, please.
Yeah. I keep all my Bitcoin blockchain. They let me borrow Paxos so it works out. It's like,
we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. All right, last but not least, Circle releases USDC APIs for crypto mass adoption. Look, the red carpet. There we go.
Hey, what happened?
Right. Circle, the company behind the USDC stablecoin again. You remember this, people. When you start seeing them same buzzwords, same articles, and the same day, it's going down. Circle, the company behind the USDC stablecoin, unveiled 3 new APIs for businesses on March 10th. The new developer tools are aimed to help traditional businesses use USDC as a replacement to traditional fiat channels. The new APIs target any business or internet commerce service, signaling the company's intention to move outside of the immediate cryptocurrency environment. This is pretty cool. What is Circle hoping to accomplish with all these APIs?
Oh, yeah. So they have 3 distinct APIs. One is the payments API, allows businesses to settle credit card payments for USDC. They have the wallets API to simplify the storage of these stable coins. And then the marketplace API gives you tools for e-commerce and digital service. These APIs are pretty standard. It's sort of like Stripe API or PayPal API, just being able to connect it to your business online. And this will bring it more to the mainstream because when businesses see that you can accept this digital coin and you don't have to settle for the 3.5% for Visa or for MasterCard, this will pick up. Because as we've always said, there's always going to be people that want to stick with the traditional market until they can't. Right. So at this point, this is sort of the bridge of the gap with stablecoins. So, it is good for businesses if people want to use it. However, like we said, Circle does own it, and Circle is backed by Goldman Sachs. So if you are giving them your money, you're just going back to the way things are at a certain point.
Yeah. So for me, again, I think this is a good news story as well. I'm not as impressed as Circle having it as much as the technology. Yeah. I think Circle has it first. Hopefully within the next few months, once their patents or whatever wears off, non-compete clause and all that, we can start seeing more APIs from different companies. Hopefully we got that open source one that comes out. But this is the future, people. Again, 2 stories back to back. Like you said, all week there's been stories about stable coins. The market's going crazy. So yes, we are talking digital currency. It's a real thing. And I think once we develop more APIs, especially once you get that open source one that can go from your bank to your crypto wallet to wherever you want, and for it to actually work, and of course the most important thing, to actually be secure. Once we can have that secure API, I think it will be a big help to the community, and I think that would help with adoption. So shout out to Circle for developing it. Again, they did it for themselves as Bitcoins. They said I'll be hesitant to use Circle's API, but I think this is the future, having these payment APIs with different distinct classes of APIs so you can connect to everything. make the user interface a lot easier, and people don't have to worry about all that back end stuff they do not understand.
Absolutely.
Very cool to see. Joe Self, what's going on? Joe Self said she got to get paid. Talking about Hester Pierce. That's pretty funny.
SEC got to pay it.
Right. What's going on? Cryptonomics. Ryan Cooper. Let's see. Yeah. Cryptonomics made a good point. He said, hide your kids, hide your wives, and your toilet paper. Coronavirus on the scene. Over 900 new cases one day in Italy. So
wash your hands, people.
It's very interesting to see that we were talking about this. We saw the headline. I think, 16, 17 million Italians have been quarantined, basically. Is that right?
Yep.
That's the headline.
16 million.
We're not there. But it's very interesting. If you haven't already, make sure you check out that John McAfee interview. If you already checked it out, go click on it again because there's at least 50 of you all clicking on it every day. So we just need those numbers. Push that up.
Oh, yeah.
But seriously, if you haven't checked out the McAfee interview we did, if you remember, he called it. He was like, this whole thing about the coronavirus is about giving the government
control.
Yeah, control and free reign to start. I don't think he used quarantine, but he basically was like, yeah. What was the word?
Control travel.
Like martial law.
Martial law.
He said basically gives them cause to quarantine, martial law, or to lock cities and states down and have full control, which we are seeing now in some countries. So it's crazy. John McAfee already predicted that on our show, and we're seeing it literally happen in Italy. So it's not like he just said it and it's crazy John McAfee. He said it and it happened in the country.
Yeah, so, literally a week later. Yeah.
Right. So. Gotta give it to him. Give it to him as always. He was right on that one. Other than that, you got anything for today?
Another for today. Grab you some Purell and chill out, people. It's not that serious, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Go to work.
Go to work. Yeah.
Wash your hands and go to work.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh man. All right. Other than that, have a happy Tuesday. Stay coronavirus free, and we will see you all tomorrow with some more news. Cheers.
Cheers.